Hi, I'm Annabelle. Welcome to my channel, my Dream Girl Incarnate, as of right now, where I document the process of becoming my own dream girl, of creating a life that would inspire my inner child to get out of bed every day. Been thinking a lot about death and how my connection to this consciousness will be limited by my inevitable death. And as dark as that is, I've been thinking about how this is the only lifetime I have with this vessel in this particular circumstances, and whether when I die I just become dirt or my soul becomes something else or something. Whatever the circumstances are, the likelihood is that this life is the only one I have with this consciousness, where I'm with it every moment of every day. And I've seen the payoffs in life when I've taken risks, and I'm ready to put myself out there, I think, in ways that are unfamiliar and uncomfortable. And this is a solid step that I can take now in this moment, is meeting you guys on good old YouTube as we see what unfolds. I kind of see myself maybe as like an astrological scientist. I don't know, find a better phrase for it, but I like to observe like my life in context with the astrological cycles and transits I'm going through. And at the moment, I'm going through a Uranus conjunct North Node transit in the final degrees of Taurus before it crosses over. So I have this feeling that the emotions and the intensity I'm experiencing in this time, while it feels uncomfortable and it feels miserable in a lot of ways, that the power and the energy I have now is not a like portal I'll be keyed into forever. And so documenting it and sharing that is a way to honor that. Gemini Sun, Virgo rising, so kind of that role of the messenger is something that resonates very deeply within my pattern of life. And I actually wanted to start making videos back in college, but I never did it. And there are journeys I took in college that I kind of wish I had that window to now. Because eventually, your moment of time, your relationship with the moment you're in closes and you're asked to move on. Like I had a cycle in my life where it was almost like the universe was asking me to be very isolated, to cut away a lot of people in my life and just focus on myself. And every time I stepped outside, the results were very and kind of was like, yeah, well, you're focusing on yourself. And so eventually that isolation that I rejected became incredibly safe and comforting. And it did reform my relationship with myself. But then I was asked to step back out into being in front of people. And that at first felt like I was talking to aliens. It felt so foreign and strange having a simple conversation with another person because of the extent of isolation I had been in. And so it's like that hot cold. When you're transitioning into one state, you'll resist it, but at the end of the journey, it's likely you might feel quite comfortable with it and quite relaxed within it. And so I really think there's stuff I'm experiencing now that maybe in the moment I can't see the value of the words, but I've had this experience where I've read old journals and the things I'm reading now, the fears I'm reading now, it's like it comes straight out of that moment, and it's like, wow, there's all of this time, and yet there's still that tethering to that moment within myself, into that perspective. And so it's so easy to discount that and to judge that and to be quite cruel and relentless with the self-awareness, with picking oneself apart. And I'm in a really uncomfortable position in my life, and yet it's one of the easiest positions I've been in my life. And but there's this self-inflicted stagnancy, and I feel like this readiness within me to kind of step into something where maybe my words can go further than I think, and maybe by putting it out there, you know, that idea of when you put something out there, it changes the thing itself. It's like I don't need to hoard these ideas or these concepts in my mind. And, you know, if somebody hears them and rejects them, that's totally fine. It wasn't theirs to pick up. But maybe I'm holding a puzzle piece for somebody and I'm being too selfish to see that there's freedom in letting it into the public sphere, letting it into the public eye to see what it becomes. You know, I'm offered that sacredness in the intimacy of a private moment, but I think there's something maybe about me needing to step outside of my shell. So that's what this channel will be showing, at least for the first part. You know, I'm a Gemini sun. The Gemini midheaven in Uranus is about to transit through that. So if you see me and you think I'm going to stay the same forever or offer the same thing forever, it will change. You know, what's raw to me, how I'm presenting myself, that can change on a week-to-week, day-to-day, hour-to-hour basis for me. And if that's something you want to, and that's beautiful in its own kind of way. So I don't know what my evolution will be, but it's almost like by acknowledging this point now and documenting this point now, I know whoever she is in front of you, that she's ready to change. So yeah, wishing you the best, and until next time, Annabelle.